Hi, my name is Claire Hornbeek, and I'm going to share some of my thoughts and opinions on the debate that we had on September 11th between former President Donald Trump and Vice President Kamala Harris. So I would just like to open it up and say, overall, I was extremely disappointed with the outcome of the debate as a whole. I was really hoping to walk away feeling informed on the candidates' policies, what they stand for, and I really don't feel like I got a whole lot of that. So, since this is my first election that I will be voting in, I take that very seriously, and I want to make sure that I am informed on the policies of both candidates, and that I can make an informed decision based upon those policies and really be able to make a decision that I feel good about. So I went into the debate really hoping to learn and get an idea for what both candidates were going to be proposing, what they are passionate about. Really wanted to see them set a vision for how they want the country to look in 4 years. And I don't feel like I was able to get that from either candidate, which actually was very frustrating. I will say I was very disappointed in some of the remarks that former President Donald Trump did make. The way that he spoke was demeaning at times and just not respectful. I thought that Kamala composed herself well. She was well spoken, but again, I didn't feel like she was clear on her policies. Watching the debate, I did not feel like I walked away with really any more information on either candidate's policies than I did before. Future generations and what our country will look like and how they will make it better. And I really didn't feel that I got that from either candidate. So overall, in terms of the debate, I would say that Kamala performed a little bit better than Trump, but I don't think it was enough where it would sway my opinion to vote for her because of my moral beliefs and in terms of policy. All right, so I'm here with my dad, and I'm gonna ask him a few questions on his thoughts from the President Donald Trump and Vice President Kamala Harris. So I would love to just hear your thoughts overall on the debate. Who did you think performed better? Was there anything that stood out? I'll kind of leave the floor open to you.
As debates go, debates are an opportunity for people to express their views on a wide range of subject. And I think Vice President Harris came prepared and answered the questions better than she normally does in regular conversations. And so she had a lot of time to prepare for it. And so I give her that. And I think she did a good job preparing for the debate and expressing her views. I think she was able to get under Donald Trump's skin and expose some of his weaknesses.
Okay, so based on all of that, do you feel that your opinion was swayed by the debate at all on who you'll be voting for?
A debate is an opportunity for people to express their views on their policies, and I felt that while Vice President Harris did a better job in her overall performance, I still don't know what her policies are. I'm still unclear as to what her policies are and how she would handle issues that are important to me. So it didn't change my views on who I will be voting for.
All right. Well, thank you very much for joining me for this interview. All right. So I am here with my best friend, Savannah. She is the Deputy State Director of Election Integrity for the California Republican Party. I, first of all, just want to say I'm so proud of you. It's really amazing. She is also the youngest person working there at 21 years old. So
thank you very much.
Yes. Okay, well, I just wanted to ask you a few questions. First off, did you watch the debate on September 10th?
Well, I think my answer is, of course I did. I think
had to.
my job, I was definitely required to watch it, but
Yeah.
personally, I definitely was excited to see Kamala and Trump kind of go at it for a second there.
Okay, well, I want to jump right in and just ask you what your thoughts were first off on it. Did anything stand out to you particularly about Kamala or about Trump? Anything that surprised you? I'd love to hear.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Well, you know, non-biased opinion here. We obviously changed candidates on the Democratic side halfway through the election cycle, more
Right.
towards the end of the election cycle. So
Right.
when I'm talking about this, I want to compare it to the Trump and Biden debate versus the Kamala and Trump debate. Very different people, very different vibe that you get from the debates in general. An outside perspective, it wasn't their best performance on either side. Everybody, when they're watching a presidential debate, wants to hear those deep thoughts and those details about each one of their policies and how they want to really represent themselves. But it was really, just like you said, they were just attacking each other's character, and it was honestly kind of a waste of time. I personally loved for them to talk more about the economy.
Yes,
for them to talk more
that's
about
a
the
huge
border.
thing. Didn't touch on that as much as they could have.
It was very soft. So it's kind of hard to even really judge this debate. Like, we were kind of watching like the Keeping Up with the Kardashians, like the two, like it was basically that. I
They're
was just
killing the cats.
Yeah, literally. They're killing the dogs.
Okay, so this brings us to our last question that I have for you, and then I'll leave the floor open to you to say any last words of anything you want to say. Did you know who you were voting for prior to the debate? And if so, could your opinion have been swayed from that debate alone?
To answer your question directly, yes, I knew who I was going to vote for. You know, this is my first general election. This is my first presidential election, and I feel super empowered and encouraged that I'm able to go to the polls and vote. I'm super excited for it. I've been waiting
Can
for
we
this
go
moment.
together and go
Absolutely.
sticker together?
Absolutely, we can. But
Yay.
yeah, I am a registered Republican, and ultimately, even though I don't necessarily always love Trump's character, I don't care about his character. I care about what he's going to do for the country. And I care about the relationships he's made with different countries. I care about our gas prices going down. I care about our taxes going down, our groceries going down. I want to be able to afford a house someday. And the past 4 years have just shown me that I won't be able to until I'm like 45 and 50 years old.
Yeah.
I'll be living in an apartment with my family for the rest of my life. Like,
Yeah.
I originally was deciding who I was voting for. I put 2 columns on a sheet of paper, and I wrote down each of their policies. And then I also wrote down what each of those people did in previous offices that they held. So Kamala being the vice president for the past 4 years and a senator, and Trump obviously being president for 4 years in 2020 together. And I read both of them off without a name, without a gender, without an age, you know, and my choice was clear. Basically, I align with, and what God shows me is what he wants for his people. And, you know, for me, that was clear. If a person aligns with Kamala's policies, go vote for her. But do your research. Make sure you align with everything she stands for. You know, same with Trump. You know, you need to be 100% backing that person.
Right.
And not based off their personality.
Or based on what you're hearing from
On
other
social
people
media or
social media.
family, whatever it is.
Yeah.
There's a lot of outside influences, and so for me it was important to take a moment alone and really do the research by myself and shut out those outside influences, whether
That's something that we should all do. And after hearing you talk about that, I am inspired to go and make a list, because I think it's really important to bring it back to the policies. It really comes down to is their policies and where we want to see our country in 4 years, and also just my own personal moral convictions, what is important to me and my future and the future
your family,
that I want to
your-
create with a family. Something that I'm starting to think about, and I think when you start to think about those more serious things, then it really causes you to take it a little bit more seriously. That was really good, and thank you for answering these questions with me.
Of course.
I'm always learning new things from this one, so yes, I hope you guys learned something valuable from this as well, and do your research, make a smart, educated voting decision. That's what I would have to love you. Thank you.
I love you more.